The slap came fast. Soup without salt, that was enough. Hi, my name is Harper Dunn. I'm 24 years old. I've been their scapegoat, their maid, their burden. Cover that bruise, my father hissed, breath sour with whiskey. Or you'll be out of this house. I nodded, silent. But inside, something finally cracked. 1 week later, his mask shattered, in front of everyone. Have you ever faced betrayal like this? Share your story in the comments. This is where it all begins. The morning after, I stood before the mirror. My cheek ached, purple blooming under cheap concealer. Each dab felt like erasing myself, not just the bruise, but the years of silence. In the kitchen, I cracked eggs into a pan. The sizzle filled the air, but not the void inside me. Dad stormed in, tie crooked, phone in hand. His eyes scanned me like property, not his daughter. Hurry up, he snapped. And don't ruin breakfast like you ruined dinner. I bit my lip, nodding like a servant. I felt like a ghost, trapped in my own house. 6 months ago, I lost my job in Columbus. The firm downsized. I was expendable. With no savings, no options, I came back home. I thought family meant refuge. Instead, it became prison. Dad seized my bank account for my own good. $50 a week, enough for gas, not for freedom. Mom wasn't better. Barbara Dunn, the social queen. Her weapon wasn't fists, but words sharpened like knives. Useless, she sneered when I spilled coffee grounds. Can't even handle chores. No wonder no one wants you. Her smirk hurt worse than Dad's slap. Because it said, I don't see you at all. That morning I plated eggs, hands trembling. Set the table properly, Dad barked. No mistakes this time. My throat burned with swallowed words. I was their cook, their cleaner, their scapegoat. I dreamed of escape, but fear chained me down. Until one call cracked everything wide open. My phone buzzed. Unknown number. I answered, my voice low, careful. Chelsea Dunn? The man asked, professional but urgent. This is Stephen Hayes, trust manager for your grandfather's estate. My heart jolted. Yes, this is Harper. We need to meet today, Stephen said. It's serious. What's wrong? I whispered, glancing at Mom nearby. Unauthorized withdrawals, large ones, in your name. The words sank like ice. Unauthorized, in my name. My account was locked. Dad made sure of it. I'll try, I said, forcing my voice steady. Don't try, Stephen warned. Come, or you could be implicated. I hung up, pulse racing, the kitchen spinning. Barbara's eyes narrowed. Who was that? Just a friend, I lied, slipping the phone away. But the truth was burning in my chest. For the first time, fear turned into fire. Something was happening with my money, my life. And this time I wasn't going to stay silent. Noon arrived. The table gleamed with polished silver, crystal glasses catching the light. I moved quietly, placing plates as Barbara supervised with eagle eyes. Straighten the napkins, she hissed. Do it right for once. The doorbell rang. My stomach lurched. I wiped my palms on my dress and opened the door. 2 of Barbara's friends swept in, perfume thick, smiles sharper. Behind them stood Jonathan Price. Jonathan, my college friend. The boy who once stayed up with me until dawn. His grin faded when his eyes found my cheek. The concealer hadn't hidden everything. Chelsea, he said softly, slipping past the women. No one had called me that in years. I forced a smile. Jonathan, it's been a while. He studied me, but nodded politely. Barbara welcomed them, laughter practiced, voice smooth as glass. She fussed over flowers while I poured iced tea. Jonathan leaned closer, voice low. You okay? You don't look fine. My throat tightened. My hands trembled on the pitcher. I'm fine, I whispered. But the word cracked. He touched my arm lightly. You're not fine, he murmured. What's going on? I blinked hard, swallowing tears, before Dad's voice thundered. The front door slammed. Edward strode in, tossing his jacket onto a chair. Traffic, his eternal excuse. His eyes snapped to me, sharp and assessing. Why are you standing there? Serve the food. I flinched, nodding, grabbing trays from the kitchen. Jonathan followed, pretending to help with plates. Chelsea, he whispered urgently. That bruise, it's not nothing, talk to me. My pulse raced, words tangled on my tongue. Not now, I hissed, glancing toward the dining room. Jonathan's jaw clenched. His eyes didn't waver. I'll call you tonight, he said. We're not done. Back at the table, Dad demanded wine. Barbara laughed too loudly at Linda's story. I kept pouring, kept moving, but inside I shook. Jonathan had seen through the facade. For the first time, someone noticed. And that call from Stephen still burned in my mind. As guests complimented the food, I smiled mechanically. But every second I felt Jonathan's eyes on me. Not judgment, not pity, Just concern. Real concern. And it cracked something wide open. The mask I had worn for years began to slip. They thought I was too weak to fight. But weakness was giving way to something else. A spark, a choice, a way out. Dad called me to the living room. A paper waited on the table. Sign, he said, voice flat as steel. Family loan. Clears the misunderstanding. My stomach turned. Not a misunderstanding. Theft. In my name. Barbara folded her arms. Pearls bright, eyes brighter. Don't be stupid, Harper. Sign and move on. I lifted the page. My hands were steady. The fear wasn't. It was shrinking. You took $75,000, I said. From my trust. Under my signature. Dad's jaw flexed. Eyes dared me. You're delusional. Stop the drama. He nudged a pen across the wood. Sign or you're out tonight. Old reflexes twitched in my bones. Obey. Apologize. Disappear. I didn't. No, I said, I'm not signing. His hand twitched like thunder gathering. Barbara hissed. Ungrateful. We gave you everything. Everything? My laugh was small, sharp. You gave me bruises and debt. You gave me rules and a leash. You took my dignity. Dad slammed the table. Silver rattled hard. You're nothing without us. I have records, I said. Breath even. Transfers, dates, your handwriting, all of it. Silence spread like ice. For once, they blinked first. I slid the paper back. Try this again, and I pressed charges. Barbara paled to porcelain. Dad's fury flickered to calculation. I went upstairs. Locked the door. Packed the bag I'd packed in my head. Phone, documents, a sweater. The copy of the bank report. Across the street, Ellen's lamp glowed. I texted, "Can I come now?" Reply, "Door's open, hurry." I slipped out the back. November air cut clean and cold. Every breath tasted like decision. Ellen met me in her kitchen. "Tea's on," she said, eyes kind. "I have something," she added. A slim black recorder, edges scuffed. "I overheard them last month," she said. Window open, voices sharp, I recorded it. She pressed play. Dad's voice filled the room. "If she finds the 75 grand, we're finished." Barbara, low and slicing. "She won't. She's too weak to check." The words burned and soothed. Poison and antidote together. Ellen set down a second device. Security cam faces your driveway. A time-stamped clip, Dad shoving me. Barbara screaming. Dates, images, proof. My chest loosened, then ached harder. Grief making room for courage. "Harper," Ellen said, squeezing my hand. "You can end this. You're not alone." My phone buzzed. Jonathan again. "Are you safe? Tell me where." I typed, "Ellen's, I'm okay." Then added, "I'm done being afraid." "You'll need a lawyer," Ellen said softly. "And a clean paper trail." "Stephen's records," I answered. "Your recordings, everything." We stacked the evidence between our cups, building a spine I could borrow. Home wasn't behind me anymore. It was something I'd build next. Brick by brick, boundary by boundary, starting here, starting now. And when we moved, the town listened. Morning hit sharp and bright. I didn't go home. I moved. Ellen drove. I clutched the file. Bank records, audio, video, names. First stop, the station. Officer Ruiz took my statement, steady, exact. "Assault, coercion, financial fraud," she repeated. "Do you want a protective order?" "Yes," I said, certain now. "I'm not safe around them." She photographed the fading bruise, logged Ellen's clips, copied Stephen's folder. "We'll contact the DA today," Ruiz said. "You did the right thing, Harper." Second stop, Stephen's office. Affidavits notarized. Transfers mapped. "Your father left a trail," he said. "Same IP, same hours, same hands." Third stop, the courthouse. Jonathan waited on the steps. Tie crooked, eyes steady. "You're not alone," he said. The clerk stamped our petition. Temporary order. Hearing Friday. Service by tonight, she added. Stay with a friend. Richard Moore texted at noon. "I've seen enough. Hold the story." "After the hearing," I replied. "Then publish everything." By 3, unknown numbers swarmed. Barbara. Dad. Barbara again. Blocked. Silence on purpose. At 4, a deputy knocked. Papers served across Ellen's porch. "You've got courage," he said. I rehearsed, breathed, rehearsed again. "What if the judge believes them?" "Then we appeal," Ellen said. "What if he shows up drunk?" "Then we document," Jonathan answered. "What if I freeze?" "You won't," he said. Friday arrived in a shiver. Dad sat at defense, jaw locked. Barbara hovered behind, small, furious. Their lawyer smiled like glass. "Done versus done," the clerk called. "Show me why," Judge Lane said. Miss Grant rose beside me. Exhibit A, she said, bank activity. 75,000. Dates, routes, timestamps. Exhibit B, she said, audio. Dad, if she finds it, we're finished. Barbara. She won't, too weak to check. Silence convicted better than speeches. Exhibit C, she continued, security footage. A shove. My stagger. Time stamped. Dad's lawyer tried family dispute. Miss Grant cut him clean. Fraud and assault, Your Honor. Do you fear future harm? Yes, I answered, retaliation. And the funds? They're mine. Documented where? The judge asked. Silence. A stammer. Denied, the judge said. Order extended, no contact. The financials go to the DA. The gavel landed like thunder. Outside, microphones bloomed. Richard waited. Tell it straight? I nodded. Headline posted at sunset. Image cracked. Sponsors called. At Ellen's, we didn't celebrate. We exhaled and planned. Restitution, civil claim, freezes, Miss Grant said. Jonathan set deadlines. Ellen labeled folders. Their steadiness steadied me. I wrote one line. I am not what they said I was. Tomorrow, we take the rest back. I won in court. But the real win was quieter. It was breakfast without fear. A lock that only answered me. It was naming harm. Then choosing repair over revenge. I learned this truth. Silence protects abusers, never survivors. Boundaries aren't walls. They're doors you control. Love without respect corrodes. Respect without love still protects. Family is a verb, measured by care, not titles. Help wears ordinary faces. A neighbor, a clerk, a friend. Paper trails matter. So do bruises you can't photograph. Document, then decide. Decide, then act. Ask for help loudly. Safety likes witnesses. You can leave gradually. Leaving still counts. You can shake in court. Courage still counts. You can miss them sometimes. Healing still counts. Here's what kept me standing. Name what happened precisely. Abuse hates precise language. Save everything. Screenshots, statements, dates, receipts. Tell one safe person. Let truth have company. See a professional if possible. Your mind deserves care. Plan small exits. Cache, copies, keys, passwords. Expect pushback. Prepare scripts, not apologies. Measure progress in breaths, not milestones and headlines. Celebrate the unremarkable. Quiet mail, undisturbed sleep, soft mornings. Forgive yourself first, or simply stop blaming yourself. If you stay, let it be a choice. If you go, let it be a beginning. I am not what they said. I am what I choose. I choose repair. I choose boundaries. I choose me. To anyone listening in the dark, your voice is enough to start. To anyone counting reasons to stay, one reason to leave is enough. To anyone already walking, keep going. The road steadies. If you've been through this, you're not alone. Have you ever faced something like this? Tell me in the comments. If tonight is heavy, borrow my sentence. I am not what they said I was. Let tomorrow answer the rest.